I really liked that Ram Dass quote, and I have listened to hundreds of hours of Ram Dass lectures, maybe thousands, over the years, from 2008 or so and on. He was just everything I needed him to be, and this is one of my favorite stories. For context, I really like his 80s and 90s lectures, more than the 70s even, because in the 70s he was still kind of Indian missionary guy and he was a little more rigid, but in the 80s and 90s he really opened up and made fun of himself and just had this beautiful humility and articulation. I love him so much. This is a story from the late 80s reflecting on a moment in the 70s. He said that in the 70s he was more judgmental of people. You're either in the spiritual crowd or not. You're either meditating and studying texts and doing psychedelics, or you're out of it. And it was his job to try to spread the teachings. But there were moments that helped him see through this view, and this is one of them. He was lecturing one night and there was a little old lady in the front row. Crowd full of psychedelic college kids and this one little old lady with strawberries on her blouse kind of thing. And everything he said, she was just nodding affirmatively. He said that he actually got annoyed that she was so tuned in, so he would say an even further out mystical thing and she would be right there totally getting it. After the lecture, he was talking to people and kind of waved her up and they had a little chat and she said, "I just loved everything you said. It was so clear. It resonated with me." And he said, "Thank you, but I have to ask you, how do you know?" And she looked at him very conspiratorially, is the word he used, and said, "I crochet." And his reflection was that this knowing is in all of us. Everyone's method is different, but it's just not us and them, you know? It's just us.